Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum, see what's going on. This is kind of the point in which I was expecting the price action to slow down and hold off and potentially pull back. I'm holding off myself personally on a short position just based on the simple fact that I feel like Bitcoin will surprise us with another leg up here at the 86 to 87K range to sweep its liquidation range above the price. So that's my anticipation. If that were to happen, I think ETH could continue a little bit higher. But once more, yesterday when we left off, 1910 is that rough estimate of an area of a consideration for a short. So let's just go ahead and see if that's still worthwhile, if there's any obvious indications that we're slowing down. We want to pay attention to volume in situations like this and also kind of recognize where we're at on the back end liquidation ranges too. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there. Hope you can learn something today if you comment below. Really appreciate it. Let me know what your thoughts are on Ethereum. What do you plan to do at this point with this coin? Furthermore, hit the like button every time you watch. Really appreciate that. Okay, so 1930 to 2000 is that upper liquidation range. We saw a majority of late shorts here at 1860 to 1900 get absolutely destroyed here recently. We can see from a macro perspective that we have a lot more liquidation below the price than above. That's pretty standard. We've known that $1,700 to $1,600 range is a pretty sizable amount of liquidation. I don't think that's a probability at this exact moment. We got to get closer to that level to kind of presume that that'll get hit soon. But between now and then, we don't have a ton of liquidation locally, so that's generally favorable. Another reason why I may encourage waiting to short this coin, perhaps wait till the $2,000 mark if that were to even come to pass, is because we can see liquidation delta has shifted from bearish to bullish. So there's more people taking longs than shorts on this coin. And truth is, its chart's looking much better than the average Bitcoin chart, or sorry, the average altcoin chart rather. It's working and paired fairly well with Bitcoin right now. So I feel if Bitcoin continues higher, we'll see the same thing from this coin as well. So when we look at open interest, we can see a lot of open interest below the price, reinforcing support. We've got the largest amount of open interest here close by at about 1900, secondary to that roughly 1850. Okay, so those easy round numbers to remember there. But 1900 is confluent with the 0.618 fib level, the golden pocket, which once more is a tentative support range for us now that we're above it. So taking a look here at the daily, we got a fair value gap above the price action from before. So when the price ripped down from 2000 to like the 1770 mark, we could see this fair value gap was created on the daily. So just above the price action, upwards about 2000, just to keep it simple, is that fair value gap. So that could very well get filled. It's really common for that to occur. They perform similar to CME gaps. If you're not familiar with that, those are just areas of retracement where the price will typically recover those costs there, because whomever shorted this coin wants to take longs into profit to reclaim those gains. All that being said, we can see here on the daily time frame that we're under 50 on the RSI. There's minus stochastic and MACD, which are momentous indicators. There's not a lot telling us here that we should experience further upside, at least from a daily perspective. We've got some resistance above us, or just, we're under the trend line of 1950 for the 20-day SMA, and we got to zoom, we got to scroll up to be able to see the nearest moving average. So there's no doubt that this coin is truly bearish still from a macro perspective. From a 4-hour time frame, we've seen a slight shift in momentum. We can see here as well, we've got some some volume rather, maintaining itself at this price point. So yes, we had one good volume pump, but as long as we continue to maintain volume, we're in pretty good shape here, and we're meeting that moving average so far. And this candlestick still has an hour and a half left to close. So that does imply sustainability. Follow the volume, folks. That's what you want to do in this situation here. It's looking quite favorable. Majority of the moving average is still above the price action, but we got good momentum as well as all the smaller time frame indications letting us know that further upside is higher. The potential for that is higher. So I would urge caution in shorting right now, even though I mentioned this being a consideration from yesterday's video. Things have changed a lot since then, and that's why you always reevaluate and re-look at things here to make sure they're on the right track. Now you do got to recognize too, we're not perfectly out of the woods yet. I mean, we see this local high, this point of control. If you kind of zoom out a little bit, you can see that we're kind of in that range. So this 1910, once more, we can see as that point of control, we're above it for the moment. therefore could very well reinforce itself as a new support. So it could look something like this here to fill its fair value gap. That seems like a probability just because I feel like Bitcoin's going to surprise us with a push towards 86 or 87K. If that were to occur or come to pass, then I think this coin will continue higher. So, shooting from the hip here, as soon as that fair value gap is filled at 2000 or 1990 roughly, that would maybe be a better consideration for a short than jumping into an early short right now. So that's just my thoughts there. There's good momentum, good volume. You kind of want to follow those things at this point, at least for Bitcoin. And contrary to popular belief, Ethereum is paired very well, if not better than Bitcoin at this exact moment, mainly because it's overextended to the downside. So a recovery to the $2,000 mark would seem practical at this point. Okay, so that's kind of what we got there. Hopefully that helps and I described that correctly. Join us over on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Be sure you take advantage of this promotion from Bitunix, phenomenal exchange, no KYC or VPN required. Links down below for that. That's on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord too. And if you want to be part of our Trading Academy Commuter Signals group, we've got some nice benefits here, nice positive rewards here. For the most part, we secured profits on our AVAX trade here. Had to adjust that into profit just to ensure that we secured some profit, because that trade got away from us for a little while, as did most longs here recently. So just be careful taking longs today, I guess, is a simple way to understand it with altcoins. I'm not proposing you take a long with this coin. I'm more so recommend shorting at a higher level at this time, mainly because, once again, the macro structure is bearish. Cool. All right, have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.